Hey guys, sorry about the poor lighting. I'm stuck down in the basement today. I'm gonna get some better lighting now, I promise. I know it makes my face all grainy. Anyway, as promised, I'm going to share my screen and review some images. This is from a student of mine who just joined my mastermind. Yay! I'm excited for this one because we're going to be looking at her photos right now. And then I'm hoping we can do this in like 6 months, 4 to 6 months after she's gone through all the training with me, and we can compare. So this will be a fun one to look back on for sure. So rather than just me showing her and telling her how to improve, she has agreed to let me share them with you. So there's just like a few, but I just kind of wanted to open them up and show you and kind of how I would tweak them to make them more high end, more professional, and get clients to notice you. So here we go. I'm gonna share my screen now. All right. So open these up. Okay, here we go. So here's the first one. All right, I like the background. She's done a really good job of tightening this backdrop. So a lot of photographers, when they first start, when they're new into newborn photography, they don't do that. Their backdrop, they either haven't used a stretchy backdrop or they haven't clipped it to be tight. So well done on that. Butt placement, foot placement's really good. I like how the back is arched, the butt's pulled back. We can talk a little bit more about whether or not you want that leg to show and the angle and all of that. But as far as just this image goes, I would take this from a slightly different angle. So this almost looks like a combo between chin on hands and bum up. So the angle that this is taken, right? I would actually like to see this taken from a slightly higher angle and to our left. So if you follow the baby's eye line, it's going to come up like this direction. I would like that angle, like looking down on him. And then we need to talk about possibly getting some more higher end props in here instead of the crochet. And then the lighting is making the baby look a little reddish, pinkish. There's a dog licking my leg right now. So we need to talk about lighting. So I'm actually going to help her adjust her lighting so that we can get some shadows in here because this is very flat, very bright. Now it's well lit, you know, it's not underlit or anything like that, but it's just a very flat light. So with newborn photography, you want a really soft filtered light. So we will be talking about that and how to place the light so that it falls correctly. You like my cat's tail there? All right, let's move on to the next one. But posing wise, though, I'm pretty good with posing, and I will help her perfect that even more because we are not seeing the chin and those bottom fingers are curled. But some of the things that I normally see, she has not done those problems. Like the hands are actually spread out and the elbows are open. So that part's good. This just needs tweaks just a little bit, the angle and then the chin. Okay, next one. Super cute. Now you can tell looking at these two images, the lighting is very different. So when you're doing a portfolio for your website and you're trying to get high-end clients, you have to be consistent. Otherwise, they're not going to know what kind of images they will get back. Let's say they like this look, but they're a little fearful they're going to get this look. So you have to be consistent across the board so they know what they're going to get. So lighting wise, these are very different. And probably because this one is farther away from the light source. And then the editing part too. So this one is more of a matte and that one's more contrasty and, you know, has some more darks and blacks popping in. So the editing part, we've got to work on that too, but the lighting's going to fix a lot of that. If you're consistent with your lighting and then you use a consistent like preset or method that you use, then you'll get that consistency down. Love the prop. And actually the angle, I like how she angled the seat so that the baby is turned a little bit more. But notice how this pillow is at the back corner and the feet are at the front corner. What that does is it makes the feet kind of protrude out towards us instead of us seeing the cute little face. But she's compensated for that well by turning the chair. So not bad at all. And I will work on the posing with her a little bit more, getting those hands under there and the feet This leg right here looks a little purple. So we would want to warm that up, really warm up the whole baby and the whole image. I don't want to edit her work. I haven't talked to her about that. So I will do that privately with her just to give her an example edit. And of the ones she shared with me, this was my favorite. Definitely my favorite. It's just so stinking cute. Posing wise, I got nothing here. This is perfect. Yeah, if you want to flatten out the fingers, that's fine. But because this is more of a like natural raw moment, right? The parent's hands holding that baby all squished up. You don't have to be so perfect with your hand placement with something like this. So I'm not even too concerned about that. And actually, because the baby's all curled up, with the fingers being curled up, it kind of goes, right? It flows with the whole curliness of the image. But the thing I really like that she did about this was how she pulled those feet in and that head in, like she scrunched him up. I don't know if it's a boy or girl, but she scrunched the baby up into like a really tight ball. Often when I see people do this, they just kind of have the parent's hands there and the baby's kind of sprawled out. So posing, this was done very well. And I like that you can see the baby's face. Now, as far as lighting and angles, that's where we can tweak this some in editing. If you look, there's a lot of light coming right here at this side. So that tells me that it is side lit, but it's not coming down the baby's face. So we'll want to work on placement of light and angle of the modifier. And then editing wise, the baby's still looking a little pink. So we'll work on that as well. And then just taking the shot from a better angle so that we're not looking up the baby's nose. But still, I'm very impressed for somebody who hasn't done much newborn photography. This is very amazing. And as a black and white, this would also be stunning. So tip, just switch it to black and white and give them both, or give them both options, I guess. Okay, and the last one. Here we go. So let's take a look. First thing I noticed is the light's really harsh. So we're back to similar to this. So at least we're consistent between those two, but now we've got 3 different kinds of lighting going. And not, the potential clients won't know which one they can expect because this lighting is very different. This is much softer. The lighting placement needs worked on, but the lighting overall is a much softer look than this one. So we'll need to work on placement for this too, because again, it's coming right from the side instead of the top down. And then it's really harsh, really bright, and not a lot of depth or shadow. The baby looks like the whole image is pretty flat. So we'll work on that. This isn't something that you can fix too much with editing. Now you could bring down the exposure, but you're not going to be able to add in much shadow if your lighting was off. So that's the first thing, is to fix the lighting. But now let's talk about posing and styling. Good job with the hat, because a lot of photographers, when they start out, put the hat too low and it covers up the eyebrows. Same with headbands. But this one's actually, we can see his whole face. And yay, the baby has a chin. I can't tell you how many critiques I've done. And the baby's chin is hidden behind those hands. So thank you for getting the baby's chin out. What I'd like to see is this bottom hand stacked like this instead of like this. So you want the hand stacked. That bottom hand just needs turned over. And really that comes in when you're wrapping. So you need to wrap with intention. So you're not just going to be swaddling them up, but you're really paying attention to the elbows, the shoulders, and the hand placement when you do that first pass with the fabric. Because once the baby's all swaddled up in several layers, it's really hard to fix that. So you really got to pay attention and be intentional about your wrapping. But the wrap itself is pretty round and pretty snug. So I'm pretty impressed with that, how well you did on the wrap. And now, because the wrap is, you've got at least 2 layers here. You might have more, but it's making the baby pretty round, which is fine. But then we'll want to work on the angle, because the body here looks so much bigger than the baby's head. And we don't necessarily want that. But styling wise, it's pretty good. I like the box. I like how you pulled the 2 colors together. Yeah, so just a few little tweaks to make, but we will tackle that. So hopefully that was helpful to you guys. We'll stop sharing now. So that's pretty much it. That was a really quick run through of what I would fix about those, really just fixing lighting and positioning of lighting, and then being consistent across the board. And I will work with you more on that specifically. Now that you're in the program, when on our next coaching call, we will tackle that, and then we'll work through the tutorials so that you can kind of tweak those specific poses. But well done, you're on the right track. I'll see everybody later. Bye.